And the problem is the world has been made so perfect by the white man that now everybody is taking it for granted. The feminists are saying now we no longer need men. You can move to another planet, we got this. Maumbo nyinyi. Nobody has a problem with the message Kibe gives. People have a problem with the delivery. So if he wrote it down and you read it in your own voice and your own tone and your own attitude, would you have a problem with it? No, you wouldn't.
No.
I don't want you to put me in the category of a black immigrant because I don't know what other people you have put in the category of black immigrants. How is my money maker front looking like?
You look you look like $1 million. Let's just say that. IQ. I think we don't have.
Make sure let me know if I need to adjust my. Oh, you're good. My clothes.
Unakaa fresh sana. Kwanza, you should just record. You should record like this. The watch stays on. By the way, I want to put all this inside. I want to make sure. IQ, just show the screen your watch.
I just do like
hey, to be honest, unfortunately, assisting you to Apple. Kim, you see that watch? Sky Dweller. That's rose gold, yeah?
Yes, rose gold. Yeah, that's the only one they are coming on.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That
It's the 2024.
My dream is to own a Rolex, and hopefully after this podcast, with your lessons and teachings, I'll be a few steps closer.
Lessons or teachings.
Really?
I just have patterns.
Then maybe the patterns I need to adopt. But the biggest surprise for me was we were supposed to do this podcast online. And then you come and tell me, Sajid, I have a surprise for you, but you have to keep it a secret.
Yes.
I'm in Kenya. I was like, what? How did that happen? Like, do you normally come in and out and not make any noise?
Even my mother doesn't know. Oh, no. I don't come in and out and nobody knows.
Yes.
I just don't tell anybody when I'm coming.
Is it because you don't want the wrong kind of attention?
No. It's because it's none of their business.
But you made it their business because you're an online personality now.
I am not.
You might not admit it, but
I am
IQ
not.
Watson is a known brand.
No, I am not.
Ni kama Rolex Sky Dweller.
No. I am not anything other than a social observer
who speaks his mind on what he feels.
And the problem is in the society. Have we started?
Yeah, for us, this like
this is the podcast.
Iotwe is like a pilot. Unajua anaweka landing gear chini, ana adjust altitude, and then he goes down. Sisi ni wachokora, tunaanza tu.
So the problem is, the feminists have controlled the narrative for so long, and they have created new ones. And now we have been so far gone, we don't even know where we belong. Men used to have an opinion until they were stifled and silenced.
Yes.
So that's why in the modern society, people are uncomfortable with people having an opinion. And the problem is bigger than you having a problem with my opinion. The underneath problem, which is bigger than me having an opinion, is that you do not know how to have an opinion.
True. People don't know how to side.
Exactly.
And they want to stay in the middle. But when they see someone on the wrong side and the vocal minority goes against them, they latch on and try and shame them down.
Exactly.
No one has a fucking spine.
Because they don't, because they do not have a spine of their own. What they are projecting is their iniquities. Not your point of view,
yes.
Their iniquity, their inability to speak their mind. And the reason I threw in the feminists there is because majority of this young generation have been raised without fathers.
I didn't think about it that way, but that's actually true.
And now the voice of mama is always to silence the boy. And he has been told no so many times. And his points are never validated. So he now starts second guessing himself. So when he sees other people so free to say something, they like, why can you be that I have never been? That is the problem they have with. Not my opinion.
So if you're to compare the States versus Kenya, for example, when it goes to the feminism movement, the States is quite crazy with this. I mean, you will get publicly executed. Kenya, it was not there, but I'm starting to see it quite a lot, especially with this GBV narrative. I mean, the way you talk in particular, especially on X, there's a lot of stuff you say. Do you get heat from Kenya and US, or is it more in US rather than Kenya?
From who?
Well, let's just say the vocal minority.
Because of an opinion. You notice that the things I want to agitate people with,
Yeah.
I put them in caps. I put ho in caps. You saw that a few days ago.
Yes.
I put nigger in caps. Because I am agitating a conversation about that which has been made a taboo, to normalize it. Why should people fight over words? Why should you be bothered of somebody else's opinion? Why don't you have yours? What is wrong with you that you don't have an opinion? Fix that.
Fix yourself.
Fix that. That's it.
Okay.
So I may come out of as opinionated, but no, this isn't. It's opinionated because now of the defeat of the public narrative. But it's not an opinion. It's just an observation.
It's an observation.
I'm a social observer.
And when did this... Because I've looked at your trajectory, and for those that really want to know about IQ's story, Iotwe did a fantastic 3-hour episode capturing your journey. I mean, the fact that you worked at a petrol station and then Tusker mattresses, and then your hustle culture of how you wanted to get a visa, you tried to get to Canada, they denied it, you got that changed on your passport. I mean, I watched that whole story. It's an excellent look and deep dive into the man. In fact, as I was recalling your story, I even forgot what the question was, but what was I?
You were headed to, how did I morph into this?
Yes, sorry. Because you've come from, in a manner of speaking, a very traditional background and upbringing, okay? You've gone to States, and I can see there's a bit of influence in the way you talk, in the way you speak, in the way you observe. What changed that? When did this start happening? When did you start saying, okay, enough is enough? I need to actually just point it out to the public that this is the way things are. When did that shift happen?
I chanced on Kibe's message. And I was like, why is he the only one seeing the problem? And this has been said in so many avenues. Nobody has a problem with the message Kibe gives. People have a problem with the delivery. So if he wrote it down and you read it in your own voice and your own tone and your own attitude, would you have a problem with it? No, you wouldn't.
No.
So I took that message in abstract and I started going back and listening to everything he has ever said. I actually went back to the rooftop.
Those recordings.
Yes.
Those are legendary videos used to do.
I went back to the rooftop, listened to those messages. There is a message there.
Yeah.
He was talking to Americans around this season. There are people who come only on Christmas time.
Yes.
And he was telling them, you don't belong here. You come, you visit the tourist you are, and then you get the hell out of here. Fix your life where you are. I went to a message where he was talking about building where you are instead of this delayed expectation that you're going to come back to Kenya and build Kenya. All those messages are out there. And now it started making sense to me. And I started paying attention. From June to November, maybe September, he was holding spaces in my house, and I never paid attention. And then one day, I remember it like it's yesterday. I was in one of our private airports, and there was a tropical storm, and the aircraft was cancelled. I'm driving home in the rain, and I started listening to him on Twitter back then.
You should have the live sessions or something, oh?
Yeah, X,
yeah.
The spaces.
The spaces,
yes.
Yeah.
I started paying attention to him. on my drive home. And there was a woman who was saying Diana Marua is lying. What she is accusing Mukunaji, what is his real name?
Who's this?
What is Mukunaji's real name?
Mukunaji's real name?
Willie Paul.
Willie Paul.
What she is accusing Willie Paul is a lie. She was 22 years old. And she said, do you know how I know that, Andrew? Because I have been in that situation. I have been in a situation where I was about to be raped. That is not an attitude of somebody who was a victim. This is before it blew out that she was making all that shit up. I'm having goosebumps right now speaking about that story. And now, the point I'm bringing this up is that energy Andrew had, that people would speak so openly and break the Gao code. Openly break the Gao code and address a taboo issue. Because the girl was saying she was about to be a victim of rape by her own uncle. I'm like, there's something about this guy. That somebody halfway across the world is so safe enough to review all these things.
Yeah.
Just to put these social observations, discourse into perspective. She said, that bitch, can we say bitch here?
Yeah, you can say anything.
That bitch is lying. It didn't take a week. She was lying. The courts agreed. She was lying.
Did you know Kibe before seeing him online? Have you engaged with him? 2017. Yeah.
I came here 2017 Christmas time, and in Rolesho, and I contacted him, and I said, there is a guy who is in a situation of the kind of stories you amplify. This was probably on Facebook because nothing else was great.
Yeah.
And I said, this is the guy, please tackle this issue. Only you can be a voice of this guy. I can't remember what the story was. It disappeared. 18, 19, 20, 21. I see him posting probably on IG that he's in Dallas.
Yes. Yeah.
I went on the inbox and I said, I live in Austin, just less than 3 hours away from you. I'm inviting you to come visit Austin. And I mean it. Not these Kenyans in America talk. We kuja nitakuonyesha. And then when you say I'm here, leo niko na double siwezi. So I told him at the end, and I mean it.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
And so I remember he mentioned he came over to Dallas to meet you, right?
No, he came to Dallas to meet his friend.
No, when you invited
Austin.
him. Austin.
He came to Austin.
Yeah.
I put him in a nice hotel, Fairmont.
Hey.
He had an out-of-body experience looking probably at the 16th floor and the superhighway, the interstate flowing, and he looked at the window, it's like, his gari has issue. Day and night, the cars are still flowing. Imagine if you could supply just one thing, one spark plug from all these cars. That's all you need. That's what he could see.
You know, now that you mention it, if you look at the economies of scale, I've never been to America. My first time I'm going in Jan, inshallah. But just from listening to people speak about it, the behemoth it is as a business environment, there's no way. I mean, you're setting up yourself for failure if you go over there and you believe you can't make it.
That's it.
The American dream, you are, in all manner of speaking, the proverbial American dream, the sky dweller on your hand. The perfume, by the way, which perfume is this? Perfume Zuri. I'm a perfume guy.
He's a Michael Bottle go on.
So you could smell when IQ walked in, you could smell it, senor.
I think it's the Empire Amani Empire or something like that.
Is it the golden brick one?
The one that says
1 million.
something together. No. Amaya, Empire.
It's very nice. Very nice. But
Better together.
better together.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
So there's a top tip if you want to enter a room and people smell you and are like, wait, what is this?
I was wearing this for the girls and just came and saw dude. I was like, come on.
It's
man.
a sausage party, man. Eventually podcast if we got 100,000 subscribers, we'll have bottle service. We'll do all that stuff. But on my way back to that topic of conversation, because you made it to the States, right?
Yeah.
And just correct me if I'm wrong, but you found your true success when you're obviously working a double shift at that Walmart style factory. Then you had the Uber aspect, and then there was a shutdown. And then through some stroke of luck, you managed to get your own car. And then I believe there was an accident on that car twice. So insurance gave you money to buy another car, and you bought a Toyota front.
Highlander.
Toyota Highlander.
Bro,
And then
I
you
loved it.
started doing these VIP
Premium rides.
premium rides.
Yes.
And that's essentially how that took off. Yeah, I mean, can you give me the logic behind moving from Uber to that? Because obviously competing with Uber, I mean, Uber's everywhere, and you're starting a private VIP taxi services. What was the reason?
Are you
behind
familiar with Grad Cardone?
that? I am.
The
yes.
10X guy.
Yes, I am.
So I have a client of mine who is like a protege kid. He went to an Ivy League school when he was 16 years old. He's from India.
India.
Yes.
Okay.
But he lives in Canada.
Okay.
It's a long story, but follow me. Because I know him after I already have the private jet services.
I'm on a private jet services. Yes.
He has a jet. He has a jet.
Okay.
So he called me directly from Canada. He said, come pick me up tomorrow. This is the tail number. Me, the whole time I'm thinking it's the pilot. So I'm asking who is the passenger?
Yeah.
He say AJ Royan. It's me.
Sorry, stop. Maybe it passes. This guy's passing.
Inatembea.
Yeah, I think when it goes.
Oh my God.
Sorry. We've had to stop because there's, what do you call these? The walking pastors.
Really?
Yeah, they're basically announcing and reading the Bible outside, right? This is what they are.
I was thinking yesterday,
Yeah.
Ruto might go the Rwanda way, but he still needs the church for this next wave. But after that, he's going to shut them down.
Okay, we'll talk about. In fact, IQ, you have sharp memory. Remember that topic. But I want to now let's go to the story of the success.
Yeah. So AJ Royan.
Yes.
He's one of he's a. Do you know who is Peter Matthew is?
No.
He's a big time financier,
Okay.
a billionaire also. So AJ Royan contacted me and said, "Come pick me up." Turns out it's his own jet.
Wow.
And we became like this because now we have an immigrant story. He came from India, went to, I think, Princeton, then became successful, went to Canada. Much later in life, that is not the topic. He is the one who gave the first job to our current vice president. The day Trump nominated our DJ, what is his name? Our current vice president.
The vice president, his name. Sorry?
Vance. No. In America.
Oh, you're talking about JD Vance?
Yes, JD Vance.
JD Vance, yeah. I thought you were talking about here.
The day JD Vance was nominated as the running mate for Trump,
yes,
I was with AJ Royan. He said, I gave him his first job.
Okay, so he knew the vice president now of the States, basically, at that time. He gave him his first job.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So the story here is about the 10X. That's where we were.
Yes.
We became very close with this guy, AJ Royan. And in one of our conversations, so many conversations, very beautiful conversations, by the way, I chanced on him in his younger age, where he used to have YouTube videos and giving talks in people who are interested in amplifying their businesses. People in their 30s to people in their 80s listening to him. And in one of his things, he said, you have to pick a market that you can do 10x better than the alternative. You are not disrupting an existing market share because you do not have the energy required to disrupt an existing market. But if you can identify something there that you can improve from that market share and make it 10x better and serve a very tiny group of people, that's all you need. So that's what I was doing without knowing that's what I was doing.
So a niche service,
Yes,
high end for small select group.
exactly. For a very small group of people. I'll send you the clip. I have it.
But also, I think that business works in America because America's purchasing power
Yes,
is so great. People that have money, they spend.
a lot.
I mean, it even goes down to let's take YouTube for example,
Yeah.
right? I did a live recently with Kibe, 30 minutes, and Kibe was like, "You should do more lives because there's a huge diaspora that watches and is interested in what happens in Kenya, and ask for money." I'm like, "Okay, so asking for money is a bit." He's like, "Fungua camera, we do." So Kibe was saying, if you want a book, donate to Sajid, right? Give money. The people that donated were from states. There was one person from Qatar and one person from Canada. From Kenya, because we don't have that purchasing
culture.
the culture.
The culture is
purchasing.
not there, then
It's
the
not there.
purchasing power is not there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are still in a totally different socioeconomic status.
Okay.
Yeah. It's and don't forget what the point is. It's not even expected, even in restaurants.
Tipping, yes.
Tipping is not expected.
In states, it's a must, right?
It's frowned upon if you don't.
Hata kama service ni mbaya.
Because of the nature of the streamlining of services, it's very rare to get bad services.
It's excellent service.
Yes. Very rare to get bad service. You wouldn't exist in that market if you offered bad service. So if they're existing, it's because they're doing something right. And that's what they want recognized.
So it's a kill or be killed market over there.
Yeah.
And if because and yeah, it's a Kenyan thing. And you go to a restaurant, let's say all of us, maybe if 3 of us as Kenyans were to go to a restaurant, na chakula ni mbaya, nasema ni sawa. Next time you won't complain.
Yeah.
But if you go to America and you get bad food, you tell them, no, I'm not going to pay for this. This is bad service. And you actually get your money back. Here the guy will tell you tembea na Yesu. He won't give you your food.
Today,
It's a culture thing.
Today,
Yes.
I went for lunch with my daughter. And it's a nyama choma place. You get the nyama choma in the front. Then you walk in.
Yes.
And there are these warmers, the food warmers lined up.
Mm.
And you choose your kienyeji or whatever and whatever, right? We sit on the table. We wait forever. And then when she brings the food, it's cold.
And yeah.
So I taste the food, it's cold. So I call the girl and I said, this food is cold, you can touch it. And she's touching the plate. I held her head and I said, touch the food. I put her hand on the kienyeji, the green thing. And I put her hand on the liver, cold. I said, there is no reason for me to eat cold food. She goes back, warms it, and bring it back. On our way out, we realized they have gas burners with frying pans where when people order the food, they warm it there. They had not done that.
Okay. I mean, it's
Today, 3 hours ago.
so it's improving, but I can see the stark contrast between the business aspect and the culture around making money and
Yes.
serving customers is still very different between America and here. I want to focus more on your success because I'm very curious about it.
And hold that thought one moment.
Sure.
Now you understand why American culture can justify tipping
Yes.
because the service is so excellent.
It's excellent.
I still tip that girl 450 shillings
She's a lot.
because of my personal guilt.
Yes. For you, you're thinking it's $2.5, $3, which is
Unaelewa?
yeah.
So now you can see why that is justifiable there.
Yeah.
Because if they are surviving more than a day, it's because they are doing something right.
They're doing something
And
right.
they want that recognized as a feedback with a good service.
And again, it boils down to making money at the end of it, right? If you want to sort of succeed, you have to sort of provide excellent services.
Exactly. The competition is so stiff
So stiff.
because America is a consumption economy.
So how does IQ get from a guy who's serving petrol in a car to having a sky dweller?
It's the same guy.
I know you always had that go get it attitude.
Yeah.
Even when you're working 7 days a week. But from a business sense, right? You've gone to America, you've started this fleet of VIP services car. Is that what you'd say propelled you to X level of income, or was there other investments and strategies you did?
That was the motherboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the story I gave on the pirates space,
Yes.
that was the beginning of it. But then my networking with the people I'm serving on this foundation here exposed me to people who matter and people who are real prime movers.
So you mean like now when you pick up someone as a VIP service, that someone might be a multimillionaire that you keep in contact with.
Yes, there is
and
that.
then leverage that relationship.
There is that.
Yeah.
Like now, for that story, that's how we met. You familiar with 1-800 Contact?
Yes.
The founder of 1-800 Contact.
Really?
That's how we found him. He was using Uber. And my nephew had just come from Virginia, from DC, to help me because this thing was exploding. And he chanced him. And my nephew would carry my business cards when he's doing Uber. And he gave him my card. The rest is history. That guy is building a Four Seasons in Austin, Texas, in his 166-acre piece of land. A super high-end Four Seasons. And the preliminary of that during the lockdown, when he was doing the permitting and he was surveying the land and he was doing all these other things. And at some point, he's a very smart genius. He had looked up the tax blankets of all the good zones in big cities. And he had printed probably 1,600 books this big volumes. I have one of those. And he had gone by the tax brackets of neighborhoods. And he had looked up all the addresses. And he had sent books to each and every one of those high-income homes for them to see
what his plan,
the project he has. Because besides a traditional Four Seasons, he's going to build custom multi-million-dollar homes. So he's micro-targeting a minute group of people that can afford to live in that 166-acre piece of land overlooking Lake Austin. Lake Austin, yes. I think it's Lake Austin, yeah. By the iconic bridge. We call it a Pennebaker Bridge. His piece of land is right there.
It's right there.
Yeah. And he donated a piece of land to the city to be a public park.
Wow.
Right on the cliff overlooking the bridge.
So he's a heavy hitter.
Oh, he's a generous guy. Generous guy. One time, he bought into the VIP booths in UT during the football games.
Oh yeah, because this football stadium, they've got the VIP blocks.
The one you saw me on.
Yes.
The other day.
Yes.
Because he wanted to interact with people who afford $2 million a year
Kureserve to e-booth.
to be in those booths, and he put books in all. He took Andrew Kibe with him.
What?
Yes,
Kibe was there?
yes, with a bunch of books, and he's positioning that project on the people who can afford $2 million to be on a VIP booth in a college.
How did the connection with
Study.
Kibe happen?
I introduced him to him.
Kibe must have been blown away.
Yeah.
But the thing is, one thing I'd love to do is go for these American sports events. So like NFL, NHL. There's something. It's so different. It's like entertainment. From the national anthem to jets flying over, and then it's like a whole spectacle.
Yeah.
And every game is like that.
Kibe went to Dallas Cowboys,
Dallas Cowboys?
but there was not enough time
Yeah.
to prepare it well for him to go inside.
Okay.
But he got the whole
The atmosphere.
tailgating
Yeah.
atmosphere outside the stadium. It's a phenomenon, bro. These people know how to attract money
I mean,
in a big way.
looking at America now, you're considering it home, right?
It is, because my children.
Would you ever fully move back to Kenya? Do anything over here from a business perspective? No? Kenya ni holiday home, no?
No, I want multiple countries to call home. I don't want to limit myself.
Which countries are we looking at?
London for retirement, because my son loves it a lot.
London is going to
He
be
kept
crazy.
pushing me to go, and I was like, London, what do we do there? When we went there for the first time, he was like, oh my God, I can live here, because he likes good weather. And the first time we went, it was Thanksgiving, around November time. But my ideal country would be Thailand
Thailand ni mzuri sana.
and Bali. Yeah. Thailand have a special visa for investment for people of a certain age. I'm almost there.
So when you like investment in property businesses,
Yes.
is there a minimum amount you need to invest?
There's a minimum to invest,
Okay.
and there is a minimum of passive income,
Okay.
which is why they are targeting people of the traditional retirement age,
Okay.
which is what I am approaching.
So you would
Don't be deceived by this look.
you'd find yourself you'd actually
I am old.
yeah, you'd actually go to what do you call Thailand and settle there.
Yes, because it's closer to Kenya.
In Bali, actually, but if you consider Texas, because Texas, I'm assuming you're taking 2 flights. Texas, is there a direct flight to Dubai and then Kenya?
Oh, you mean?
Like if I'm looking at your commute.
You see, we are talking about my retirement. If I would ever move back to Kenya,
Yeah.
That conversation is always around retiring.
Yes.
Why would I retire where I know? Why not retire where I don't know?
In new place.
And explore a new life in a new stage of life.
There's this underlying characteristic of you to explore beyond the comfort of your 4 walls.
Yes.
Because I've seen that from your entire story. I mean, from coming to Nairobi, from Nairobi then to US, there's always that curiosity you've had.
Yes.
Have you ever? I mean, and the reason I'm asking this, but have you ever been a fan of Hollywood movies and Wolf of Wall Street or this?
I've never watched even that in any
Okay,
of those.
because I mean,
I'm a village boy. I'm not exposed to so many things.
That's what I'm thinking is because where did that thinking come from? For me, that the Rolexes, the fast cars, the having mansions in different places in Bali comes from cinema. Watching these stories of success.
Yeah.
Where did yours come from? Because this ambition to be bigger and have everything better. From a village boy who used to get up at 5 to go and milk cows.
Are you ready for that answer?
Yes, I am.
The year 1492.
1492. Okay.
Vasco da Gama.
He was the
Portuguese
explorer. Yeah.
Why? 1492. This guy had, I think, 9 children.
And he went.
The year, we have to say the year before we say 1492, because otherwise it will not make any sense. The year 1492.
There was nothing back then.
1492.
No,
These guys get on a boat and take the entire stretch of Africa, all the way to the Cape of Good Hope, I think it was called, South Africa, and all the way to your motherland. Hey, I am just assuming you're Indian. How?
yeah.
Because that's the nature of the man. It's the only explanation. These modern domiciling people, men in homes, is a woman thing. That's why I'm bringing the issue of he had 9 children. So he had wives domiciled at home while he explored. 1492.
And there's no
They
way
had
to
not
keep in touch.
tested both enough to have enough data to say it is safe to sell. Again, the year is 1482. And these guys just say,
Let's go.
let's see what is on the other side of these rocks. How many years? Can you do 2025 minus 1492?
2025 minus 14?
92.
92.
1492, yeah.
533 years.
Come on, how can you explain that?
533 years ago.
And now the human of 2025 is satisfied knowing Nairobi. Where is that curiosity? Where did it go? What has the human male become? You know what I'm saying?
That's so true, by the way. The natural
There's
urge
something totally amiss.
to go out there to conquer. You know? Says that this is a man with 4 cats.
Oh, bro, you. Christopher Columbus.
Yes.
Where is that man? We have super ship that are bringing goods to America from Shanghai and Taiwan in 9 days. And you are satisfied knowing downtown Nairobi, and I ask you, have you ever been to Westlands? Oh, mimi sijawahi huko. Do you take a stroll in Karura Forest? Hiyo iko pande gani? Have you ever gone to the Gong Hills? Wapi huko?
Oxymefika Gong Hills. But,
Fight anybody from any tribe. And I know now the Gen Zs have demonized the word tribe. Fight a Luya, ask them if they have been to any Kikuyu land. Kenyans don't traverse their country. If they are not going there to work, there is no other reason for them to be in central Kenya. But that's where the Abadeas is. That's where Mount Kenya is. People from Nyahururu have not gone down to the Longonot to see the phenomenon of the earth formation. Baringo. I mean, back in our day,
yeah.
the system was so good. Adamoy. In 7th or 8th grade, they made sure every kid went on a geographical tour.
Remember those, yeah.
At the very least, a geographical tour. And then in high school, they do another one. They did that for us. And they did other ones to the Bomas of Kenya, the KICC, the Parliament. Those are extras. But the geographical tour was it was almost mandatory. People would work and save money to afford 300 shillings so that when their class is due for a geographical tour to the Rift Valley, you can afford it. If you are left behind, you are the outcast. That's how we got to know Bogoria and Lake Naivasha and the one with the salt formation.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Magadi
salts, yeah.
Lake Naivasha, we went to Lake Nakuru, so the flamingos. Only in the context of these organized tours by this primary school, but an adult. And to the credit of the Gen Zs, there's very good groups of young men that come together and they rent a bus. I see them posting on Instagram or on Facebook, and they pay maybe 1,800. And these young people who are essentially wanting to meet each other, but one of them is smart enough to organize a trip, and they take them to Mount Kenya, or take them to Logonot. Naivasha now is, for the ass boys, the Subaru boys. But those other ones, a very good small group of people are like, okay, let's exploit this opportunity here. Even during the lockdown, there are people used to be going to the tea plantations and have car parked parties. Those things are very important. Very important.
It sort of stretches your mind beyond the confines of what you know.
And when that bug hits you, then that curiosity now starts building in you. Now you find yourself in 1492 wanting to see what is on the other side of the world. Which is now, going back to where we started, when you ask me where I want to retire somewhere I don't know, so that I can explore that life during that stage of my life.
I love that. That's actually, you're always constantly learning, constantly moving the needle, constantly trying to be better than you were the previous year.
And the danger here is we may never be anywhere close as good as the people behind us. The only Vasco da Gama we know now is Elon Musk. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, by the way.
Right?
Like, who else is doing
Because
things
1492, somebody saying, let me go see what is on the bottom of this piece of dirt in the Cape of Good Hope. And then he gets there and says, what if I go upstream and see the other one that almost look like this one?
I work on maps as well, proper maps, right?
They had the navigation.
Navigation,
They were using
But we'll try and figure this out, but I don't believe there was a world map at that time to tell you where everything was.
No.
It's just the sun is there. So,
in the Christian Bible where they say the wise men that followed the star to where Jesus was.
Yes.
Astronomy.
Yeah.
That's what those guys were doing. They had that little compass that, circled around, gave them the true north. And then they coordinated the stars to give them direction.
If you think about it, the pirates as well, like pirates were like the gangsters back then. And they used to go cross-continent in these wooden ships. I mean, recently we went to Mombasa. Actually, not recently, it was 2-3 years ago for a team excursion. And we were in a proper boat with these modern materials, with an engine. The sun was choming us. I'm like, wait, bana, fuck this shit. Let's go back. These guys were in wooden boats, going across oceans, robbing guys, killing them, dumping them in the ocean, going to different ports. And basically, they mapped these Juakali routes on the ocean bed. I mean, how badass was that? But they're explorers, right? I mean, I think 4 of us could make a pirate ship. Captain, first officer, so you two need to fight for. And then Kibe can join us as well, isn't it? And then Eric's keeper. So that would be a good pirate club. But just, I think what you're getting at is the mentality of man has changed as
a lot.
We've become very comfortable.
Very, very domiciled. It is not the nature of man. It is not at all.
Look, victim mental. You're blaming Ruto for your 4 cats. Uko na mpaka ngapi nyumbani?
The things we eat, I'm not talking about the things we eat.
There is a conspiracy theory on that train of thought where you still need people to move this machine, the cogs. You need the proverbial slaves, the people whose mind can't move beyond that. And how do you do that? You get them to do these lousy jobs. You get them to eat shitty foods, put on weight. You distract them with entertainment and pornography. And you get them within this circle of consumerism culture that keeps the cog moving. And that's been an indoctrination of society for the very longest time, is where the men should now be like women and the women should now be like men, and everything gets fucked, and for an ulterior reason, right? Because fighting men, if 4 of us had this kind of vigor, and maybe 3 of us, if majority of people in this
Which one
room,
of the two did you eliminate?
the one with the sky dweller, obviously. I'm gonna watch Gani. Hata una Oxy, which one? It's a good watch, but it's not as Sky Dwellers. Yeah.
Perfect.
This is Apple Watch generation 2. but what I'm getting at is the fighting spirit of men has generally been thumbed down through societal changes, right? Because you don't want people who will question authority. You don't want people who will be saying, fuck it, we're not supposed to work at this factory. I'm not supposed to work at this petrol station for the rest of my life. I'm not supposed to be working 7 days at a counter at a supermarket. I want to go out there and I'm going to find a way to make it work. If most people had a stamp rejected on their passport, they'll be like, Sawa, this is not for me. You got that fucking thing removed from your passport.
I got the page removed.
You see, that takes balls.
And they issued in a separate page, a similar page from a different passport.
But you see that hustler mentality where the man is telling me, no, I'm not supposed to do this. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to go and get it done. One way or the other. How many of us have that? Sometimes you just say, okay, the system doesn't work like this, so watch it to kai to happen.
And the problem is, now the new generation has been given the boogeyman to blame for all the inactions. Serikali is making it impossible for us to do things. Once you put in the Serikali there, then you excuse your failures.
It's easy to have a scapegoat.
Did you see my latest post on X?
No, I did. Today?
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Kim, how many cards do you have? Be honest. Ulikuwa na nne. IQ.
It's a repost from my other post from some times back. My network is not gonna.
Karen's daughter, is this the one?
I think it's pinned.
Karen's daughter, or which one?
I think it's pinned.
Driverless ride.
No, it's pinned. Are you here?
This one's in here.
No. George IQ Watson.
Oh, this is Ask IQ Watson.
Yeah.
No wonder I couldn't find your inbox. Because I was looking at the Ask IQ Watson. Okay, this is the pinned one, which you pin. How much do you want to be who you want to be? How much do you want to get where you want to be? What then are you doing about it? Problem is when you do not know who you are, what you want, where you want to be. Fix that first. You, not the family, not the society, not the country, not the politicians. It's you. Curled in the corner in a dark room or shivering under a cold shower with warm tears in your cheeks. Face your limitations and defeat your fears. I'll put that tweet up here. Skia Kim.
There's nobody else to blame there.
Every time things get tough, fuck Ruto, this, that. Ruto's hustling, bro. What are you doing? He got to where he got. I mean, you have to respect the work ethic to become a president. Let's be honest. Today, you guys have all the opportunities to make every bit of money you can ever want to make. I mean, how much does it cost to go online today?
Nothing. Practically nothing.
How many businesses can you start online? Right? Education is no longer an excuse. I don't have a degree. I don't have this. That's what he's getting at. And I completely fucking agree with him.
When I'm saying that, there is nobody else to have that conversation with. Just you. Not the family you came from, not the society you are in, not politicians or politics or government. You.
So I'd like to credit him. He's been chasing me. So Oxy, he's been chasing me for the longest time, saying, can I come on CoffeePump? Can I come on CoffeePump? Sending this, bugging to a point where I was like, okay, if he's so interested, it might mean he wants some skin in the game. So he took a chance. He took an opportunity, right? Some people just sent one email and they forgot about it. But now he's here and we're going to see, okay, how do we make it work? That's a step. That's the initiative. And then you should follow IQ Watson as well on Twitter.
I would like to ask him on camera about his hair.
By the way, Oxy, military cut now. I joined Coffee Pump. After this one, it's either like this or like
No,
this.
he's here his choice, but I just want to know what is behind it.
Maybe you can answer.
So it's preference. It's an artistic look, and yeah, also I'm an artist, so it's something that I'm envisioning myself how I would look if I was that big international artist maybe on stage.
So
I'm just starting it early.
you do rap music, you do hip hop.
Yeah, I do rap music, also write love songs. I have
Oh,
a
really?
couple of written. I have one that is recorded. Yeah,
So we
Who
can.
is your favorite artist?
my favorite artist internationally or
In your choice of favorite artist?
so an artist that I actually look up to is Lil Durk from Chicago. in the States.
He has a hair like yours?
It's but his color is blonde. Yeah,
Oh, Sifanye
but
blonde.
his hairstyle-
And what inspired his hairstyle?
what
Um,
inspired his hairstyle is where he comes from. He comes from a place called Oblok. So where the hood that he comes from,
Yeah.
that's their style.
Mhm.
That's what defines them and their music. The kind of music that they make.
That's why I was asking the question.
Hmm.
What is your relationship to where he came from? Your person. Do you have the same experience? You copied him because of his experience. And let me preface this. People wear sagging pants.
Yeah.
You ask them why, they will give the same answer you gave. It's a style.
True.
But where did it originate from?
Where did sagging pants come from, by the way?
When they arrest black boys
Yeah.
and put them in jail or prison, they take away the belts.
Ah.
So now they are walking in the exercise yards with their pants sagging because they took away the belts so that they don't make it a weapon or they don't kill themselves.
Not to have it against anyone who sags. Me in class 5, 6, I used to wear a do-rag and sag
All right.
as a mwindi. So
What is the way?
So that's where it came from. And now the people on the outside,
yeah.
they were sagging the pants
It's a style.
as a camaraderie with the people on the inside, in support of the people in the inside. The same way I asked you, because I wanted to bring you a bottle of wine. And I wasn't sure whether you are Muslim or you don't drink. I couldn't tell.
So
So,
a Muslim but a reprobate.
so I asked you if you drink because I have some.
Yeah.
I always bring some very. Not
So
very
I
good.
used to do socially, but then because of our mutual friend Yotre,
Yes.
I said, I'm
the reason
never
I'm saying
touching
it is
alcohol.
because you told me
Yeah.
that you are not drinking in support of your friend.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing now in the neighborhoods in Southside Chicago in support of the people on the inside. They started sagging on the outside in support of the people on the inside. But that is not your struggle. You're wearing somebody else's struggle.
Actually, I what I would say is, I think what IQ is trying to say is, you're as unique as your thumbprint. There's no other person who has it. So forge your own path and your own story and your own look.
No, he can keep that hair until he's 99. But I just want to bring that awakening that you just told us it's not you. It's this guy. And that guy's reasoning for it is because of the struggles on the south side of Chicago. That is not your portion. Which hood did you grow up in?
I grew up in Kiambu County,
Where?
Kidongori.
Githunguri.
Yes.
They have coffee.
They have coffee, they have tea, they have bananas.
Why didn't you bring with you the hustles of the Githunguri farmers into the city? And you carry that hustle from your hood. I grew up seeing teachers on weekends putting loads of fresh vegetables on pickup trucks and sending them to Nairobi. That is where I came from. We used to feed Nairobi with fresh fruits and vegetables. I carry the hustle of Githunguri. When you see me hustling like this, it's because that is where I got it from. Not Southside Chicago, Githunguri.
So I think for me, I'd say I see my life experiences somehow resonates with that of the artist. That's why maybe I might be copying some of the things that he does, or maybe some of his styles.
He's a black guy, American black.
Yes, he is.
So American life, one moment.
Yeah, sure.
American life is about their artistic expression, their lifestyle, their music, their culture, everything. You find them during the slavery. Their expression was during the struggle. The songs they would make, their culture, every way, every aspect of their life. The social construct is dictated by their inside the struggle. You find them in the 60s is when they are overcoming the struggle. So the way of life of the blacks in late 50s and mid 60s, when the civil rights thing came, the Martin Luther era, it's you see them during the struggle, right?
Okay.
And then you find now the modern day blacks is where they are saying we are reclaiming ownership of a space in our society because we overcame the struggle. We fought for civil rights. Now we are expressing the new era that we have created out of these two struggles. Their lifestyle revolves around those three struggles. They are either in the struggle, they are pushing back on the struggle. You listen to their music, it falls into these three categories. If you watch Django Unchained,
yeah,
they are amplifying the beginning of the struggle. If you watch movies that have demonstrated the struggles of the 60s, they one have depicted Martin Luther King. It's in the midst of the struggle. When you see hip hop come up and rap music, now they are amplifying that we have now attained a voice to speak freely about these two previous struggles. Sijui kama unaelewa?
Yeah, I'm actually getting your point.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is not your portion. That is not your lived experience. So if you are Kikuyu,
Yes, I am.
if you amplified your culture, like if we compared the Black Americans' 3 stages of struggle, and we compare them with the Kenyan struggle, with the Kikuyu struggle, then we could amplify 1940s young men like you as wearing that kind of hair because they were amplifying the struggle, resisting the white man.
This is the dreads.
Yes. And the reason they had dreads is because they were in the forest. There was no time to groom. So their hair looked like yours then. But after independence, they moved to a different stage of life. Now they owned that which they were fighting to attain. So they were clean cut. They look different than the struggle stage. And this is not about you. I've had this conversation with a guy in Amsterdam, in Holland. He has the similar hair.
Muzungu?
No, he's a Kenyan.
Kenyan guy.
He's a Kenyan. On one of these, when I discovered Riverside,
Yes.
I have an episode of him. I asked him, why do you wear that hair? Because as a black guy, as an immigrant, the moment you walk through the door, that is what they see. You are not going to have enough time to explain yourself to overcome the first impression.
So the first impression lasts.
The first perception of you. Yes. And then you are a perpetual victim of your own doing.
Can I be honest with you? I'd rather have your first impression than mine. What work in your when you see me with a full beard, long hair, the first impression is Nini.
Whoa.
How does it sound?
You go to the airport, you're
Yeah.
like, Mister, please.
Can you come here, sir?
Over here.
What's your purpose of visiting America? Allahu Akbar.
So you see what I'm saying? So, and this is not about you. So that's why I said there's a whole episode on my page. You can go look my conversation with that guy. You are stuck in a struggle that was not yours to begin with, and that which is hindering you from attaining the benefits and the results of that which you are trying to amplify that was already attained by the people before you. Because when I asked that guy, he told me it's Dedan Kimathi.
Dedan Kimathi.
They have a statue of him.
Hmm.
But Dedan Kimathi's image is that of a black African resisting the European.
Europeans, yeah.
And now he is in Europe amplifying that same resistance on the Europeans in their own land. I mean, those are exact words to him, from me. It's very self-defeat, because he was saying he's having trouble getting jobs.
Exhibit A. And it actually, so it's an unfortunate reality, but first impressions do tend to last, right? I mean, there's, as IQ, as me, who've dealt with different characters in corporate cultures and structures, doesn't matter. But for the most majority of the world, it matters quite a lot, right? So what you want to represent out there, also visually, you have to sort of assimilate first. For example, me, I'm doing a podcast over here, talking about masculinity, men, being very strong. And look at my Kitambi. Like, fuck this guy. It doesn't resonate to that level of success, because if I'm talking about money, if I'm talking about fame, if I'm talking about health and going after it, where's my Rolex watch? Where's my physical stature? Why don't I look like $1 million? When he walked in, we didn't even say anything. I just asked him, is that a Rolex? Which perfume are you using? Because the way he carries himself, and the first impression, that's the first impression I have of him. It lasts. And it cuts through all the bullshit. Then eventually people will get to know you and so on and so forth. So that first impression is always something you need to take across the world, whether it's in business, whether it's in leisure. I'm not sure if you have anything to add to
I
that.
was in 2022. I came to hear, what is the place that says something park? Hoffen Park? What is the hotel here called something park? It has a rotating...
Oh, Luna Park.
No.
Which one?
The building, the hotel.
Oh, you're talking about this one in Westlands?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about, the one with the brown rooftop.
Hoffen
It goes,
Park.
move and pick.
Move and pick.
Move and pick.
2022.
Yeah.
I came there. And Vusi the Bekwayo was having a seminar there for 2 days.
Oh, there's Musi, so that-
The Vusi.
Who's this?
Vusi the Bekwayo is
You don't know it?
a extremely successful black South African who was in
Is he a jazz music player?
venture capital.
Oh, you're talking about the guy who... he does these clips where he describes why Lexus became Lexus to... Yeah,
That guy.
Yeah. Okay.
He's very
yeah.
He's younger than me, but I consider him as my role model.
Let's put up his picture over here for those guys.
Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know he was in Kenya. It's one of those visits that I did that year twice. And when I realized he was here, I went there and I tried to buy the tickets online. I couldn't. So I walked in and bought the tickets right there when he's speaking in the front.
Really?
Yes. Okay? So in the second day when I went there, I got a very good time with him. I probably got 27 minutes with him. Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, exceptional. Exceptional.
You know why I love the podcast? Is because it gives me 1 to 2 hours unfiltered access to people such as yourself.
Yeah.
So now imagine you know of someone who's the creator of 1-800. We get close. And then eventually I'll be like, IQ, so you connect me with that guy. And then take that guy 1-2 hours of unfiltered access.
Yeah.
It's also like riding with them in a car.
Exactly.
Taking them from the airport,
Yes.
getting that personal experience as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on that second day when I attended that thing, Vusi was saying one of the requirements for success is to pick a style and stick with it. That's why Steve Jobs looks like Steve Jobs.
Yes.
That's why Elon Musk looks like Elon Musk. That's why he looks the way he looks, because he's trying to amplify that level of success of a black South African. That clean cut. And you stick with it. That's where I got that one from.
Interesting.
And that is now your face card for success. And now, in the reference to you, and not putting too much pressure on you, I hope you don't misread me.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, supermodels, when they go to audition to be chosen as supermodels, they said these
Headshot.
headshots. Yes, this is your headshot. They said the headshots to people who have never seen them and they have not seen them. They are going to be judged by the headshot to be in the next stage. This is your headshot.
Because I've actually also sent that. So I do model, but on the side, and yeah, I kind of get you what you mean. That this is my headshot. Like this is the first impression that they're gonna see, so that they decide if I'm going to the next stage or not. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I have said this the same thing with the Indian guy that I always have podcast with, right?
Yes, I see him. Yeah.
And I told him I've never been a black American or a black guy a single day in my life in America. And I've lived there longer than you have been alive. I am not a black guy. I'm not a social construct. I am myself. What you see is what you get. My first impression of you, I have to work extra hard to make sure that you do not put me in the category of a black guy. Because I don't want to be where the categories of black guys have been in your head. I don't want you to put me in the category of a black immigrant. Because I don't know what other people you have put in the category of black immigrants.
So forgive my lack of understanding of the subtleties within it, but in fact, with Eric, we were at his house. He was recently with another friend of his called Ricky, and they were describing something called black fatigue in America, where African men, and this is whether they're African Americans or African Africans, have fatigue of a particular type of culture that's associated with black men, the gangster, the N-word culture, where you can't trust them. So even within their own community, do you see that? Because this is clearly I don't want you to look at me as a black man. I want you to look at me as a man.
Yes.
I mean, is it hard for you to fight with that for the longest time that you've been there?
No, because I am self-aware.
Yeah.
I'm conscious for me to use it to my advantage. Because whether we like it or not, implicit bias is there. It's not racism.
It's just
it's
the
implicit bias.
bias.
If we brought a 2-year-old toddler, again, don't take it personal. We brought a 2-year-old toddler and put them there, boy or girl. And you call them and I call them. Where do you think they are going to go? 2-year-old. The only thing they know how to do is to walk.
2 years old, I think they'll definitely go to you.
Implicit bias. There's nothing you can do about implicit bias. 2-year-old. The only thing they have mastered in this life is how to walk.
Yeah.
Implicit bias.
So maybe on that same train of thought, we've talked a lot about the positives you've experienced in America. Were there any negatives that you went through when you initially got there?
Yes. Yeah. When I was in employment.
Can you talk more about that?
Having to deal with niggers. Because I couldn't understand why are they blacks. They should have a separate category of humans. Remember, I'm a village guy. I'm coming straight from the village. I spent 5 years in Nakuru.
Yeah.
In a very controlled environment, working almost 6 days a week. And I spent another 4 years in Nairobi, working 7 days a week. I was never exposed to anything else. I only knew what I knew. And I looked at black people as black people. And then I go there and I'm like, And I'm going to say it straight up. These are not humans. They belong to a totally different category that has morphed into something that is no longer traditional human. And it's them now telling us. There was a woman on video on X today saying that in the future, she would not want her son to marry a black woman because she took her child to a park. The child was sitting in the back seat. I took my son to a water park, and the way the black women were acting there, like animals. She is black. She qualifies to say it. I'm using her words. If me having a social observation is a problem, then we can play her
I'm sorry,
tape.
but my son will not be dating a black girl. He will not. Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised, no supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out, multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about oh, fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12
She said, in the future, I will never want my son to associate with my kind. These are no longer humans. They have morphed into something that is no longer human. We should give them a separate category. Right?
Yeah.
So when I was exposed to those people, I was like, wait a minute. What is happening here? What is this shallowness? What is this pettiness? What is this victimhood? Why is it's always somebody else's mistake? Why is it that there's nothing you can do to make yourself better in the greatest country in planet Earth? As the most privileged black human ever known to humanity. And you still see something wrong. So I struggled with that a lot, and I couldn't get along with them.
And is it their culture around spending, the way they talk? What is it about them that you saw that was just completely different from your?
Because, as I'm saying, in a very raw way, they are not blacks. They are something other than. If they are human, they have morphed into something that is no longer traditional human. And I sympathize with the white people that they have to deal with 10% of the population of them because they tried eugenics. You remember those days? What do you think eugenics was? I mean, when slavery failed, they tried eugenics. But I know it's so much civil rights and so much rights for everybody. They can no longer control this low-level spoiled gene pool of humans from multiplying. So when eugenics failed, and let me know when I ran out of the space, when eugenics failed, they legalized abortion to curtail their growth. Everything the white man has done in America is to keep this thing from morphing into anything that we see now other than human. Black Americans were doing very well before 1965. The numbers would say that, not me. Right?
Financially.
In every metrics of life, socioeconomically.
Haven't they had more success now compared to 1960s?
How?
A lot more independence, doing a lot more businesses. Equal rights, equal opportunities.
Nobody should have equal rights.
No?
No. We shouldn't have equal rights. It's not natural.
Equal rights.
Which other space has equal right?
Women.
Should it be deemed based on what you bring to the table.
Societies are collections of averages.
Yes,
Why do we want everybody to be average?
that's a good point.
That's why now they are demonizing success. Bernie Sanders, the ultra liberal guy,
Yeah.
always demonizing billionaires. Now imagine in his head, he wants Elon Musk to be in the same level with a nigger from Southside Chicago.
Fuck that.
Why?
Yeah.
Why should we all have equal rights? We shouldn't. They are called rights for a reason, so that one can have the right to eat the other.
It's a dog eat dog world.
Yes, it's man eat man society. So you strive to do better so that you are not the one on the bottom. But when we have this diversity, equality, and equity, then nobody has the motivation to do anything. How can you build a society where there's no motivation?
That's true.
1942. You kill that spirit of discovery. Necessity is the mother of invention. You are killing invention itself. And the problem is the world has been made so perfect by the white man that now everybody is taking it for granted. The feminists are saying now we no longer need men. You can move to another planet, we got this. Maumbo nyinyi.
You have to have clip
You had to clip before.
You know what I'm saying? Because the white man, with his ingenuity, and I'm saying this intentionally, I was in London a time like this last year for Christmas with my son. I was staying in a house that is 168 years old in the richest district on planet Earth. 168 years. I took a view. I couldn't believe it. I'm about to have goosebumps right now. That white man had built that before he ventured here. My son pulled out the master plan online about the house. This is next door to Beckham
David Beckham.
and Sir Richard
Branson.
Branson.
Yeah.
And Simon Cowell.
What street was this?
Holland Park in Notting Hill.
No, this is a very affluent area.
And David Cameron, who was the Prime Minister, lives around the corner. And Ed Sheeran, we went to Ed Sheeran house around. There's a nice Italian cafe there. Ed Sheeran got like an industrial building and turned it to a house.
Ed Sheeran, the singer.
Ed Sheeran, that one.
Ed Sheeran,
yes.
the singer.
168 years old. 2 doors from where we were staying is the Azerbaijan's ambassador. Across the street is the ambassador from Holland. And up the hill is another one from that part of Asia. I can't remember the name. The richest district in the world. That place has been sitting there longer than anything we can imagine. We don't have anything that old anywhere in Africa. They had perfected that world at that time. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still bringing the aspect of the white man. The underground train system in London itself.
Oh, brilliant.
Come on.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Come on.
Actually, you bring such a good... By the way,
Come on.
have you seen this World War II, for example, World War II, even World War One? You see the ships the Americans were building at that time.
Yes.
In Africa, has anyone ever built anything like that? To that scale, even let's go World War II, the shipping vessels, us as Kenya, with all our wealth, all our knowledge, all our talent.
Is still Egypt, Kenya?
I don't know Egypt.
Is it Africa?
You go tell an Egyptian, he's African, you'll see what he says.
Uh-huh. So, talking about the war, on December 24th, last year, we went to St. James Church for Christmas carols. St. James Church has been sitting there.
This is in London.
Yes. 340 years.
Wow.
Survived World War I and World War II. They were giving us stories about the section of it that was bombed.
Yes.
340 something years. At night, for Christmas night mass, we went to Notting Hill to another little church on Jones, up the hill from Ed Sheeran's house. 188 years old. That world looked the way it looks now then, because of the ingenuity of the white man. When the white man came to Kenya, I have a video of Nairobi in the 1950s.
Could you send it to me?
Yes.
We'll put it up over here.
Yes. How it looked like, how organized archives and the Kenya Commercial Bank area that was, in the Hilton, whatever Hilton area that is, the big hotel there, how organized the traffic was.
CBD was very, very organized.
50s, black and white photos. Traffic flowing meticulously. And then the white man left it to the Kikuyus, and they destroyed it. So, the white man has perfected this planet ever since God said on day 6 that I have looked at my creation and it looks perfect. And the white man said, hold my beer. He put ship to float on water. He put aircraft to fly in the air. He created roads.
You know, there's 2 points to this. If you look at South Africa, for example, have you been to South Africa, Cape Town?
No, but I want to a lot.
It's a beautiful place. We recently went there. There was at a conference. Eric went with his wife, and he was very surprised at the infrastructure that was set up.
No, you need to finish the sentence. The infrastructure that was set up by the white man.
By the white man. And the white man left in 1994. We gained our independence in 63. Now, this is a very controversial take. But if the white man had stayed in Kenya, let's say even up till 63, 73, 83, an additional 20 years, do you think we would be at a very different place?
Would be in a very good place.
Because they are creating a good space for themselves.
I want you to look, because everybody is going to disagree with me and call me these names and labels that I have learned from the niggers to push back on their iniquities and their inaction to perfect the world that they have been given, separate from the white man because they were fighting to have their own world.
Yeah.
And now they have failed to create that world. And now they fall back to the Ankorukas. You're going to see a lot of that in the comments.
Would you like some water?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Before this section, you're going to see a lot of Ankorukas. It's going to be the knee-jerk reaction until they say, oh, he called us out. Okay? Look what the white man did. Now, you're giving the example between 63 and 84.
Yeah.
An extra 11 years. An extra 21 years.
21, yeah.
The way South Africa looks now.
94 is when they left. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are seeing it after 20-something years of black man's destroying it.
If you go.
Wait, one moment. I want that to stick. You are seeing it after the black man has had 21 years to destroy that which the white man had created. And it still look glorious to you. Now imagine if the white man had stayed here. Now my point was, go look at every institution you know in East Africa. Go to Jija College, go to Makerere University, go to Nairobi University. Go look at the history, who built it and why they built it.
Was it the white man?
The white man built it. Initially, all of them, at the very low level, to train the black man to have skills. Makerere, Nairobi University, Jija, the same story. How old do you think Oxford University is?
That's all.
1900s? 100 years old? 100 plus?
Look it up. Surprise him.
How old is Oxford University? What's your guess?
They had no use. My point is, they had no use for Makerere. They had no use for Nairobi University. They were building it for the black man to teach him skills to survive in a better world and improve his own socio-economic status.
So there was also a second part to this. It was a recent, I'll try and find that article, and I think we've talked about this previously on the podcast as to why there's a distinguishing factor of success between the white population and the Indian and African population. And it goes down to a genetic trait that was built over years, hundreds and hundreds of years. So if you look at the African landscape, for example, if you look at Kenya,
Yeah.
you have fantastic weather throughout. It's warm, food is in abundance, animals are running around. You never have to work for your next meal. It's right there.
Yeah.
If you look at India, for example, very similar structure, right? But now look at Europe. Europe has winters, which kills everything that grows. So for hundreds and hundreds of years, white people had to actually plan in advance to make sure they could survive these harsh winters. They had to plan from a food perspective, they had to plan from a storage perspective, they had to plan from a farming perspective to survive. And now that gene mutation over thousands and thousands of years led them to becoming smarter in terms of planning, in terms of surviving, in terms of organizing, because they've got different cycles. You can't plant coffee beans here or food here and expect it to grow throughout the entire year. No, it's a very select period.
Yeah.
And those lessons over thousands of years boil down to a genetic imprint, which is why Wazungus are the ones building boats to go and look for land, which is why Wazungus started off doing engineering. Because in Africa, you still have certain populations that are living off the land, that are very comfortable living in huts, that are not worried about where the next meal is going to come from, because the land provides.
Yeah.
And so that genetic difference can still be seen today. It's a very controversial take, but I
But it's
somehow
the
agree
It's the
agree
truth.
with it.
The tropical weather makes black man lazy. And everywhere you go, everywhere the black man is a tropical land. Whether it's Jamaica or the whole stretch of Africa,
Yeah.
or in the Papua Guinea, or in the Aboriginals,
Yes.
they are always in the good weather stretch.
I think Oxy got the answer. How old is Oxford University?
It's 929 years old. So
Yeah.
now,
Fuck off. What? 9?
929 years old.
What?
Yeah.
It was there
Established
from the.
1096.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How about London University College? My point here is this. They never needed Makerere. They never needed Nairobi University. They were building for the fucking ungrateful blacks that turned on them like the scavengers they are.
Oh, we took it like they are taking our land. Huh? That's all we do.
Unaelewa? They were building Nairobi University, Makerere, GJ College to train these people that they have encountered to have a better life for themselves.
So, the comments are going to be...
The Arabian countries are way better.
But you see, Arabs is also similar to the desert. Desert, what do you have over
Yeah,
there?
necessity is
It's
the mother of invention.
necessity is the mother of
And when
invention.
you're talking about Europe, I was going to say, in tropical Africa, we have 365 days a year.
Thank you.
They don't.
They don't. Like for here,
They barely have 100 days.
the fact that we have sunset at 6:30 every day throughout the year, there are countries that don't have that. Like if you look at desert is even worse. But if that same line of thought about genetic imprint, necessity is the mother of invention, who invented maths? Wasn't it the Arabs? How many things have Arabs invented? I think maths as well, right? Maths is one of them. You can crucify me if you're wrong, but maybe we'll just show the list of inventions over here. Arabs really formulated a lot of things. Again, because they're in this society that is very harsh and they've had to survive over years. So there is something to be said about that.
Look what they have used as the genetic composition of the camel trade.
Okay, could you search that? Did Arabs?
So they,
What did they?
the London University College is 199 years of age, founded in 1826.
2 years ago.
Yeah, just search for Arab inventions. What did the Arabs invent?
2 years ago.
Yes.
I pulled my son out of school early before the Thanksgiving break, and he had an agreement with the counselor that if you're going to London and you go to any university and you do a tour of the college and then you do a little test with them, you have credit for the time you're losing.
Wow.
So we chose University College, London University College. That's where we went. And when he was done, he went to the advisor and they sent an email to the teacher.
That's amazing.
That school, you walk in, you think it's in Shanghai, China. You think it's in Taiwan. You'd think it's in Kuala Lumpur. Because the Asians are sending their kids there.
There's a lot to
We
be
are
said.
the
there.
ones being left behind, bro.
What have you found, Oxy?
So these are the top 10 inventions made by the Arabs.
Top 10 inventions by Arabs.
Yeah. So number 1, we have surgery.
Surgery.
Number 2, they invented coffee.
They invented coffee.
They also invented flying machines.
Flying machines.
And they invented now universities,
Universities.
algebra,
Algebra, not math. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
optics.
Optics.
They also invented music,
Music.
toothbrush, the crank, and hospitals. Is number 10.
So not math. I meant algebra. That was the
Algebra and optics is being used in the internet today.
I mean, complicated equations.
Where is Casablanca?
Casablanca is Morocco.
Morocco.
Yes.
That's where the oldest university is in Africa.
Really?
Up there.
Casablanca, has the
Right.
oldest
Morocco
university.
say they are not African.
By
But they would-
the Arabs.
They also say they are not African.
By the Arabs.
Yeah.
So this weather here that the black people gravitate towards makes them very lazy. Very lazy. Again, you go to the Americas.
Is that why they say Mombasa people are late?
you go to
Very
the,
hot, bro.
you go to the Americas.
Yeah.
The niggers are on the stretch that is warmer.
This is the southern states.
Yes.
That is how.
Is that where the cotton farms were?
Yeah, exactly. You go to the Bahamas and or the Caribbean, the entire of the Caribbeans.
California.
It's where the weather is good.
California it's warm, but it's mixed right now. Okay? In fact, I think there are more lesbians than blacks over
Well, the
there.
problem in California is it survives out of agriculture, and the black man is too lazy to farm. So now it's inundated by the population of immigrant Central South America and Mexicans.
How are you with this whole LGBTQ movement over there? Because there's a huge push and indoctrination from a very young age, where you have these drag queens coming to students in kindergarten and indoctrinating them. I've not seen. So this also ties to a second question. The Somali population has also become very big in the States, but we've seen a migration of them from the States to Kenya and East African countries. And the reason I heard is because of this indoctrination. So what they do is the people who are already educated, they establish the businesses, they get the young ones to study over here and then take them back to America. Is that what you're seeing as well?
I don't know much about Somalis.
Okay.
No. I don't have much exposure.
Okay.
Again, I don't have any exposure with black immigrants in America intentionally. I just cutted myself out of it. I'm not going to climb all the way to the top of the food chain and still eat vegetables. I don't hang out with them for a reason. If I needed to hang with them, I would have hung up with them. If there was any success to be had together with them, I would have had it in Kenya. Good for you if you get it in Kenya. And good for you if you go and hang out with your kid in a foreign land.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. It's not my thing. But I was going to say, when you're saying about the LGBTQ, Elon Musk saved us from that mess.
With X.
Elon Musk paid $44 billion to save us from that mess for his own selfish interest, because that virus had turned his own daughter, his own son. So he was doing it for his own selfish gain. And he saved planet Earth from that mess. That DEI thing would have continued forever. Did you watch that interview he had with Lemon, this gay guy from CNN, Dan Lemon? And Dan Lemon could not get it through his big fucking skull.
The light skinned guy.
No, he's a nigger. He's a
Yeah, so he's like 0.5, Sendio. Anaka 0.5.
Kiasi.
Yeah, I think so.
But he's gay and he used to be a big shot in CNN right after Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, so he asked Elon Musk if you have an issue with me marrying a man or something, right?
Yeah, he was very stupid.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk had prepared a very good deal for him to move his operation into X. And then he became a Cinderella asking for a Tesla and how much money up front, something like 50 million. Somebody can find it out. And Elon Musk was like, the woke virus is very good on this one. And then I started asking Elon Musk very personal questions, very unprofessionally. But Elon Musk is like a free spirit in a totally different world. So he never gets bothered by the curiosity of the ignorant. But it was people like him that were being engineered to completely reshape the social structure and the fabric of our societies. And Elon Musk stepped in because of them having invaded his family and paid a price for it and saved us from that mess.
To be honest, I don't know what we'd do without X.
It would have been bad.
Wow.
It would have been a mess. Bro, Kibe's videos on YouTube were getting pulled out if we put the title woman. Sorry, your video cannot be monetized. Consider changing the headline.
You know, on Twitter, I found
Woman.
This, so, yeah.
Woman was controversial word.
I think also Kibe was
Woman.
targeted, yeah? Like Kibe in particular, if you go on my TikTok, I post a video of him where, you know, there was a video of him picking up the girl.
Oh, bro, that thing was wild.
Wild, yeah. So,
bro, that was a stroke of luck.
It said ineligible for recommendation.
No.
Yeah, look at this video for Kibe. Ineligible for recommendation. Anytime I post a Kibe video, ineligible for recommendation. Look at this one. Ineligible for recommendation. Only Kibe videos. But then it became so big, people reacting to it, they couldn't stop it. So that Kibe video is now everywhere on X and on TikTok. But whenever I post it as Coffee Pump, anything we do with Kibe, ineligible for recommendation.
So he's
yeah, every time I put Kibe, so I was like, what the hell, Bana? So I mean, so ineligible for recommendation, especially when he's saying controversial stuff.
Send a screenshot.
I'll send a screenshot. I'll send. In fact, you've seen the two videos, Kibe. Wameandikwa ineligible for recommendation.
Whoa.
It's a very targeted thing. So the fact that X was free from all this bullshit is the best thing that's fucking happened. You know, because you can observe and comment and give your view without being crucified by the fucking masses.
Exactly. Bro, those things you see me put in caps, like nigger and whore, I would have been cancelled long time ago. They were stifling conversations.
Yes.
Intentionally.
So IQ, as there was at the very start, as we wind things down, you mentioned...
No, don't rush. Don't worry.
You're okay. You're sour, yeah?
How many percent?
Because you said 9 o'clock. I just want to be conscious.
No, yeah, my son's flight is 10 o'clock.
Perfect. So we can talk about the... You said that Kenya is becoming very much like Rwanda, or has to be Rwanda.
No. I said...
Yes.
Remember, when I said that, it was that noisy Christian nonsense that was amplified outside in loudspeakers.
Yes.
Rwanda said no to that nonsense and cancelled a lot of churches, right?
Yes.
You had to have that certificate.
Yes.
In order to do that.
Why do I need a car hoisted with microphones and loudspeakers to tell me about Jesus? That is your Jesus. So it's no longer about Jesus.
Hmm.
And now the problem is, the people who should be resisting this are so much deep into that brainwashing. I am now the blasphemous one.
I can imagine the
But there is no God in that nonsense that was going on outside. So Kagame saw that and said, cancel this nonsense. And I was saying at the time, Ruto knows that this is not sustainable.
Hmm.
The same way he knew, and I called it 2 days before the general election last year, in 2022, that it's not sustainable to campaign in Kikuyu land for 4 solid years before a general election. It's not sustainable. And I said 2 days before that previous general election, when he gets in, I want him to take away that sway the Kikuyus have over the general election vote. I want them to disseminate that power the Kikuyus have to sway the direction of an election. Bro, it's like he had me. That's how they eliminated this useless Gachagua bullshit. So that is gone. No more pandering to a group of people that are the most ignorant group of people, most disinformed, uninformed, and misinformed group of people because of a raw population data.
Yeah. You're very much tapped into politics as well. You do give your opinions of it.
So
Yes,
let me finish
please,
the point.
please.
I was saying,
Yeah.
even this idea of the church is not sustainable. But he probably needs them until whenever the next generation is. It's not going to be 2027, but whenever the next generation is. And then after that, he's going to go Kagame way.
So where I was actually getting with that Kigali question, because obviously we were distracted with that, I thought you were inferring that Kenya might go down the path of the Kigali 1994 incident.
No. I said in 2022
Yes.
that if we cannot agree on a general election, then we need to kill each other until the one who survives take the lead of the country.
Do you think
it's not sustainable to have all these little skirmishes and tribal clashes over and over and over? Let's just kill each other. Do I need to say that in another language so that everybody can understand it? So that the best can be on the top and the least can submit to the powerful guy.
Yeah.
That's why Kigali is the first world now of Africa. Because they added that nonsense about who the Hutu and the Tutsi, who should be on the top, depending on where the Belgians had left them in a position of proximity. The same way the Kikuyus were left in the position of proximity by the British. That nonsense was solved in a battleground. You are expecting me to say, unfortunately, I will not. It should have happened. It should happen more often.
Yeah.
That's how societies have survived in the past before people put equal rights and human rights and equities and all this nonsense of DEI. It has always been the strongest that survive.
With Rwanda, I'm a bit worried about the transition plan. Because after Kagame, there's no real person over there. Or maybe it's my lack of understanding. But from what I hear is there's no transition plan. And Kagame has been ruling with an iron fist, and that's why things have been stable. And it worries me because 1994 proved that you can be neighbors with a person for 20, 30 years, but unamka one day because of governing policies that pushing you in a certain way, that you kill your neighbor and you kill people. So obviously Kagame came in and he stopped all that. But without him, do you think, and I'm not sure if you're educated in this, but the Tutsis and whatever they have there, do you think those angers that they had will start bubbling back up?
The problem of Rwanda was a problem of weakness, of weak men. Rwanda and Burundi, both of them. when you have the weakest leading the rest of the people, then there is that vulnerability of going the wrong way. And statesmen like Kagame could not sit idly by and see that being sustainable. That is what people miss.
Yeah.
It was weakness at the top. That's what Kagame eliminated with the plane crash. Weakness. Weak presidents. Sijui kama unaelewa. In America, we eliminated weakness in Joe Biden by bringing an 80-year-old former president back to power because America was in a threshold where they needed a strong man.
Power.
Rwanda and Burundi owe Kagame everything they have because he eliminated weakness at the top.
Yeah.
And he instilled strength. Museveni has been doing that by proxy in Israel, modern day DRC. When Seseseko became a weak man, Museveni eliminated him and brought whatever that guy's name was, the father to Joseph.
One for DRC.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? We will find out. We'll put it up. Yeah.
Because for the stability of that region, Zaire, Burundi, Rwanda, and Uganda, he needed to control the narrative. Those are the kind of things people don't understand. So Museveni was very active in Zaire in eliminating the weaknesses of people like Mobutu Sese Seko, Kabila, the original Kabila, the father. They brought in Kabila the father to replace Sese Seko, to eliminate the weakness. But now, so many things have turned and so many people have awareness, and Museveni is of a certain age. Now, both him and Paul Kagame have to train their sons to continue the legacy of protecting the integrity of the strong black man in their own ancestral land. Now I'm answering your question, who is going to be the next president of Rwanda? It's going to be Kagame's son. Who's going to be the next president of Uganda? It's going to be Museveni's son.
Now within Kenya, the elections.
Ruto is going to rule for as long as he says he's done ruling. You do whatever you want to do with that information. You resisting that information, the problem is you.
Mesikia.
We Gen Zs, we will have to come on your comment, bro.
Did you vote in the last by-election?
No, I didn't.
Are you registered to vote?
No.
There is no we Gen Z.
These guys are more interested in getting laid and posting pictures on Twitter. And you see, here's the thing. For me personally, right, the most amount of money I've ever made in my career is during this regime. So when you tell me there's negative aspects about Ruto, I can sit there and say I sympathize with you, but then the truth is I don't. I can't understand the troubles you're going through, because when I look at my personal life, everything I have today was during this last phase. I don't remember it in a negative stance. What I do acknowledge is, yes, it has gotten quite complicated out there to try and earn a living. But it's not just all Ruto's fault. There are different parameters at play from policies that have existed before and from structures that have existed before.
I guess the problem comes in when you put in the government. For example, when I finished school, there was nowhere for me to get the engineering job.
What year did you finish?
2023.
2023.
Yes.
How many years were you in college?
5.
5 years. How many months did you do internship placements?
3 months.
How many of those were unpaid?
Unpaid,
Those are my glasses.
very unpaid.
Did you create a relationship with the people with the place that you went to?
Yes, it was KJ.
What?
KJ.
What is that?
KJ.
bro.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's a company.
Thanks, bro.
The electricity generating
Yes,
company.
Yes.
Did they offer you a job? Why?
I didn't even follow up. I found
Who,
something.
who
So,
should have?
Here's the thing. For me, I didn't want a 9 to 5.
You did not.
So, Sasa, why are you blaming Ruto?
Wait. Slow down.
I did not
Slow down.
Yes.
You did not want a 9 to 5.
Job.
At what age?
I was 24.
At 24, you wanted to start at the top.
Not at the top. I didn't want a 9 to 5. I wanted a job where I can work on my own without having. To
How can you
wake
work?
up at
How can
8.
you work on your own
There are
when you
opportunities.
when you have not gotten the fundamentals to build the discipline, the tenacity, and the consistency that is required for you to work on your own? Those things people are not born with. You are not a woman. You are not born with any value. You are a man. You have to create your own value. And those values are created through experience and exposure.
When I was in school, I used to do something else not from the school, like from the studies. I'm a pianist by profession, and that used to give me money for upkeep and other stuff. And in school too, I started to learn how to edit. So when I got out of school and out of this internship, I got someone who enrolled me, can you be editing for me for this? Then I started, oh, this can work. I don't think I need to go to the government for the 9 to 5 job. That's how I found myself into Visions. That's how I found myself here.
Which one of you came here late? You say some of them came late. Which one came late?
No, I thought they came late. He had actually come
You're
early.
pointing at the same guy who was speaking before I asked the question.
So he came.
You are sugarcoating it. You came
No.
in here late.
No.
No, I
He went. He came. Then he
Use
left.
your enu.
He came.
I came very early.
You came early, but
I
you.
came at 4:50.
Okay, no. But you came and then you left to get some things.
Yeah.
Now you see the thing is, so here, brilliant at editing and doing his stuff. Ni fine tuning na panel beating anataka tu, sindio? Like if I send him a message, hey Kim, how's the podcast doing? He won't reply. You know, he'll blue tick me because he's busy in a place. You know, there's the soft skill where I was told is if you can't reply, you just reply, hi IQ, I'm in a meeting right now. Can I please get back to you throughout the course of the day?
Stop.
Yeah.
Explain what is soft skills to him.
So
It's the 9 to 5 one.
and I keep going
You
back.
just said soft skills in passing.
Yes.
But do you know how important that is?
So like you see the
In
thing
the
is,
structural composition of a young man.
take a note.
in life.
I'll give you an example. We'd gone for a customer dinner, and a lady comes to join us at the table. No one stands up to greet her. Everyone is like this. That stuff I learned basically by going to a meeting with someone who stood up every time a lady came in as a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Now you blame that on Ruto.
No,
I think for the soft skills, that's
Yeah.
something that I've actually learned. And I graduated recently
Yeah.
in October. It was a course for 3 months. You just get to be taught all the professional foundations in that bit. Yeah, so communication, work ethic, and all that kind of stuff.
Consistency, keeping time.
Timekeeping. Yeah, replying to like what Sajid was saying, replying to DM. If you cannot be able to do something right now, just give me a heads up, keep me on the loop, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Leadership skills.
Etiquette, meeting etiquette, leadership as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and leadership. people,
and this is a good story. In fact, Kim, is the camera pointed at me? Because I want to say this good story about IQ.
3, 2, 1.
He came from the village. He would have to get up at 5 to go and milk cows. But in his mind, there's no one that can milk a cow better than me.
Oh, 100%.
He went
And
to
I was a
fill-
little boy.
He was a little boy.
Yes. I was the youngest in the family.
Yeah. He went to put fuel in cars. But in his mind, there's no one that can do it better than me. He went to do a cashier's job.
The
Cashier,
Tuskies.
Tuskies. You're on your fucking feet the whole day. I think you had the record of serving
I was
1,600 customers or something.
1,600 customers in one day, December 24 of one of those years. Probably 1998,
He is success.
1998, around there.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, it has to be in you to be better. The reason a lot of us are getting by today is because things have become so comfortable for us. You know, you've got your laptop, you've got your internet, you've got Pornhub, you can jack off, there's a mama you're banging on the side. You're getting enough just to take her to go there. You can go pizza in every once in a while. Do you want a fucking Sky Dweller on your hand? A $30,000 watch? You have that in you. Fuck Ruto or whoever's the president today. They have nothing to do with your life.
$77. $77,000.
77,000. So 77,000. But you get that. You have to have it in you. I could give less of a fuck who's the president today. Okay? Ruto didn't force me to start the podcast. Kibaki didn't force me to start the podcast. That's something that I wanted. The man sitting over here, there's no presidential policy that put him over here. It's my urge to go out and hunt. What he's trying to say is, from a farm boy suckling udders at 5 a.m. before you go to school to a multimillionaire.
And I wanted to say something about what you said about the current situation we are in.
Yeah.
That things are very hard. So that's the lingo now. Oh, mambo imekuwa ngumu sana, mambo imekuwa ngumu sana. I cannot see that. I cannot see that.
There's
The
more
only thing I see is opportunities. Thank you very much.
to make more money.
The more problems there are, the more opportunities for you to position yourself to be the solution giver of those problems. And I'll give you a very, very simple problem. Congestion in Nairobi. Traffic congestion. Who is solving that problem?
No.
Border guys.
Border guys, yes.
In 2005, when they were actually calling them border, because the original name of border is the bicycles that would cross people from Busia, Kenya to Busia, Uganda. I mean, Malaba. That's the Malaba border. They were bicycles. Then somebody said, hey, if I can get a hold of a bicycle, a motorcycle, I can do it faster and further. Then that idea now started spreading into Nairobi. So the original border is actually the Malaba border.
Mm.
So when the congestion, nobody is solving the congestion of these Asian vehicles being dumped into Nairobi with the same infrastructure from 1940, the border guy say, hey, there's an opportunity to do what? To solve this problem. At the time, 2005, those bicycles were going for 100,000. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, you can get it for a loan with Spyro. A better bike than the one from 2005. Right? If you have 16,000 shillings, you can get yourself into a motorcycle and get a payment plan for a period of time. You just need to get started. But now going back to this guy refusing employment, the good thing, the takeaway positive about employment is it teaches you how to work with others and to work under others.
Thank you.
You cannot work on your own and you don't have the discipline to hold yourself to account.
Could you please tell him the salary you were making?
2,500 in Tuskies. I mean, in the gas station.
And how much of that were you saving to buy stuff?
Bro, the house was probably 350. And I'm buying things in the shop.
I think at Tuskies you were earning 28,000.
Tuskies I was earning 28.
And then 7,000 of that
I was saving 25% of that in a co-op. It was an Akumat co-op. 7,000 every month. And people who are doing that are people from Rongai and Nakuru, because that's much of the population that was working there from where the family came from. They were doing that so that they can buy a plot or build a house. For me, I was like, this is the money that's going to get me out of here. I need to go do the Vasco da Gama things in some place else.
But you see what I'm trying to say is, so a quarter of his salary, he had the discipline to put it away.
7,000 every month.
Kim, how many times have you told me sina pesa you
And I worked there for 4 years.
Yeah.
And by the time I have worked long enough to qualify for the co-op, I ended up saving 227,000. That's a lot of money in those days and today's money. 25 years ago. 227K. And that's the money I used to escape this tuition that I could not survive in for my own limitations. Because I hear this conversation, these twisted humans, that you only survive because you went to America. You could not have survived in Kenya. You survive in Kenya. Let the next generation learn from you. I'll take the back seat.
Yeah.
But that's not why you are saying it.
But his story, what I'm trying to tell you is there was discipline that came in. There was sacrifice. There was sacrifice that came in.
I loved it.
Because in order for him to get that lump sum, he had to take shit for a lot of while. But he didn't do it. He didn't complain. He went through it. So corporate employment may suck, but it's where you earn your wings. You make that sacrifice, right? What do you want to achieve, right? You want to have your own studio. You want to have this. Are you saving? Are you eating shit? Are you working overtime? Are you delivering projects on time? Or are you socializing? Right? Are you
networking?
Are you,
and socializing is not socializing for the fun's sake. It's
not,
for networking.
How many times have I come here and you're trying to work at these the neighboring offices, the girls over there?
I mean, for your age, you can have all the sex you can access. That one, it's nature. Just don't have babies and diseases.
And don't do it on work hours.
Also, I don't know if you saw, I asked ChatGPT, how long will it take for me to get my Crown RS, which is 4.5 million, with the current salary that I have?
What's Crown RS?
It's a car. You always ask me.
It's a Toyota from Japan.
Yeah, Crown RS. It's
Yeah.
a sports version of Crown.
Yes.
Okay, can I... Do you own your own camera?
No.
Do you have a laptop backup? You have a broken screen, right? You don't. Do you have an editing studio? That's your basically at home, that you run everything.
The studio I have. No, the studio.
So what I'm trying to get to is, fuck the crown for now. All right? There's nothing wrong with having that ambition. But your basic fundamentals, what you're telling me is, for example, you're a digger, but the saw you have, the djembe you have is broken, but you want to buy a tractor. But your job is for digging right now, but you still want to buy the tractor. Fix this first. Get these basic principles in place. Become effective at using that tool to dig a hole, and then dig multiple, and then get calluses, and then build that experience. That in turn gives you wealth and saving and investment. And by the time you get that tractor, you've dug thousands and thousands of holes.
But that was to wake me up. Honestly, with what I have right now,
Yeah.
I only have what I'm getting right now. It's for getting to run me on a daily basis. They say if I save next time, now I need to upgrade. You see, I need to upgrade a laptop, those things. But now, why I did this is to see, is it even possible? I was told this is not possible with this salary. You need to get a six-figure salary to get this car. I was like, I need to wake up. I need to work harder, get more clients. If I need to get this crown.
You can 100%.
With this salary I have right now, I was told I can't. It will take me 10 years to get a crown. No, 30 years to get a crown.
Yeah, it's called priorities.
But Kim, even the same story for me. My first salary at this job that I'm doing was 35,000 bob. 35 fucking thousand bob with a master's. I was like, what the fuck? I thought I would get at least 200k when I came back to Kenya. 35,000 bob. All right, you're probably earning more than me right now. But I stuck to it. Right? And the thing is, I don't have patience. Patience is something that you have to earn, but it will get there. But you see, the thing is that 35,000, you have to build a foundation. Because without the foundation, the higher you rise, the platform you're on will fall.
Yeah.
And that's where I think there's a misalignment. And then the easiest thing they do is they blame Ruto.
No, I think the biggest enemy
Yeah.
for the young generation is not the government, it's not Ruto. It's exposure to resorts. When you go on IG, people post the results of their labor, not the process to get into it. You never get to see the process. Our inspiration in the village is because we watch teachers building small mansions out of teachers' saving schemes. They used to put money into the saving schemes, the Mwalimu something, Mwalimu Sacco. And they would build a kabagalo, then graduate from a bicycle to a motorcycle, take their children to a better school. We saw the process of them progressing because we are watching them for 8 or 12 years. They don't have that vantage point. They see results. They see me talking to myself in 100,000 car. And they're like, I want that. That's why he was looking how he can get the crown. Because he wants a car that he sees, a resort. And then AI gives him the reality of the process of it. And nobody had exposed him to the process before. Until that reality hits from AI. Because they have been fed resorts, snapshots, still images of resorts. With 20 years of hustling to get to that. But you only see this. So these people are like, I want that also. But you're not a woman. Women can get anything they say they want. Because they were born with value. So the young people are exposed to resorts.
Yes.
From the older generation. And they project their own iniquities and limitations because they are not taught the process. And now they start demonizing greatness. That's why they are looking at a Moroccan, and I made a video the other day about that. And they see him with a $50,000 watch, and they demonize that success. But they don't know the Moroccan who was kicked out of one primary school and had to move to another primary school to finish primary school. They don't know the Moroccan who, by the grace of NGOs, got a scholarship to go to South Africa to study law. They don't know a Moroccan who moved from South Africa to America to enhance his law degree. They don't know a Moroccan who came back to Kenya and taught law at Nairobi Law School. That statement alone is, there is no way he taught law. They are projecting their iniquities. They don't want process. They want to demonize success. And so now, because I say the biggest problem, the biggest enemy of the young generation is the exposure of the social media. The remedy of that is solitude, isolation. Shut down all these exposures you have. Because they are not getting you better, they are getting you bitter.
Do you read books, by
When
the
you
way?
see me roaring, you hating.
Yeah.
Stop seeing. Stop looking. Go build yourself in solitude.
Do you read books? Because you have quite a bit of knowledge.
Who write books?
Authors, yeah?
Why do they write?
To share their experiences.
Because they have what? They have experience and the knowledge.
Yes.
This is the book.
So as we wind things down, IQ, I have a question for you. Looking at the young man over here. If they were to have, let's say, 100,000 bob today with them, how would you spend that /invest /spend?
Somebody come and tell me, I have 100K, help me invest it.
Yes.
I'll give a Kibe response. Go back and do what you are doing to have made that 100K. That's what Kibe always say. Right? If he came to me and he said, I have 100K, help me invest in it. And he came to me and say, I have an idea that can produce 100K. and you ask me to choose the two, I would choose the guy with the idea. The choice between money and an idea in the business world, idea always at the top. Because money is a utility. Ideas are the ones that brings inventions and discoveries. Majority of inventions in America, a totally different topic, are by immigrants that are smart enough to have an innovative mindset. Right? That's why America attracted the right people for the longest time. Because those people got into an environment where those ideas could be amplified in very good, fertile soil of invention, which is why I would go with the guy with an idea, not the guy with money. Go back and do what you're doing to get that money and get more of that. You don't need me. Bring me an idea. Because the young people, before Gen Zs became of age, the young people were supposed to have ideas. And then they were supposed to look up at the older generation and say, please, Shark Tank my idea. But now what do we do with Mr. Know-It-All? You know what I'm saying?
So wherever you guys are, I think you just need to keep making that money, keep making that bread. I think specifically because I know you, Oxy, this is the first time we're meeting. I'd say, do you save? I don't think you save. 7,000 out of 28,000 was put in a saving. Even if you go and buy these T-bills or these SACCOs, which will give you what? A certain percentage. Yeah. That's a way, bro. You know? If you put in 7,000 bob, or whatever equivalent it is of your salary, I think that's a portion where you just have to be disciplined enough. This I'm not touching. I'm putting it in a SACCO, I'm putting it in a T-bill, I'm putting it in a whatever. Si yangu. Right?
Ask him what's a T-bill.
What's a T-bill? T-bill unaweka T-bag ya chai, unaweka pesa, and then you dip it. And then now I'm just joking. But you see, the thing
it's a treasury bill.
It's
the
a treasury
bank
bill.
sells it.
But also,
the government you demonize. Yeah.
There's the
with a fixed, secure, government-backed insurance that is going to yield what they say it is going to yield.
What's the percentage right now?
I don't know what it is.
It's I think it's more than 10% maybe, yeah? But you see, the thing is, the idea is you don't keep your money in a bank where it's doing nothing. You sort of put it here where it's earning you interest. And the idea is if you put, let's hypothetically, let's say you're getting 10% and you put 100,000, you get 10,000 and they pay it, I think, half a yearly or something of the sort. The idea is you save up enough where your interest that you get is your salary every month.
Exactly.
But that means you don't need to work then. And you're getting that amount. But that takes discipline to save up that kind of money. You understand?
Is this thing still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
So, and part of the money discipline, the financial discipline and literacy is when you're looking for that vehicle, it's a depreciating asset. You don't want your money to buy you a depreciating asset. You want the money of your money to buy you the depreciating asset. But your money your seed need to give you more babies. And then you spend the babies. But if you're working to buy a car, you are curtailing yourself. Let the money grow, and the product of that, 3 generations later, then you can do whatever you want to do with it.
So there's also the DHOWCSD, Central Bank of Kenya, where you can literally download the app and invest with them. If you have an app like Safaricom, I think Safaricom also has an opportunity to invest with them. I'm not sure whether it's Safaricom SAC or something, but you get a return. There's StanChart, apparently. StanChart, out of all the banks. By the way, DTB. Yani, DTB treats me like shit. But StanChart has an investment portal because when you open up an account, you can actually invest from there in different mutual funds. And these mutual funds, they invest in collective assets. So maybe it's an AI-based mutual fund that invest in AI companies, which I wouldn't recommend right now. But you see, the thing is, you need to start thinking about how to make your money work for you right now.
Exactly.
Which is what he did from
with the emergence of AI, for example. There's a company called Genesis. When you are on a website, there's always something that pops up and asks you if you need help. That's Genesis. You look at the value of Genesis before AI, and you look at Genesis after AI. Your generation that have grown with technology should have been able to predict that. Another company is Procore. Not Procore, sorry. Parentil.
It's an AI company, right?
Yes. They trade with government information.
Yes.
They are the ones that were working with the Department of Doge to identify all these government waste. They are the ones who have the information to search everything. They are the ones who are identifying illegal immigrants everywhere they are in America. Your generation should have been able to predict that. I bought Parentil at 17 the first time, and $14 a share one time, and the next stage at 17. In November, they hit 200.
Jesus Christ. So you see, that
projection is predicted by the direction that the current government is taking in the use of their information to do the things that they want to do, especially during the Doge season. Yeah.
Oxy has a question.
So, a question, come to think of it now that we're talking about investment, right? So would you advise someone who is younger right now to maybe that person who has that 100,000 to invest in crypto, maybe Bitcoin, and maybe those meme coins, altcoins, and AI coins right now?
Can I give the first answer?
Yes, please.
Fuck that shit. Because with crypto, there are 4 stable coins, okay? There's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there's Solana, and I like putting XRP over there, but that's just me. But these coins, I'll give you an example. Michael Saylor, who's one of the biggest investors of Bitcoin, he literally sold, I think, 10,000 Bitcoin or something, or bought 10,000 Bitcoin, and the price didn't move. So all of a sudden the market then drops. The thing is, for you as a leverage, if you're trying to leverage trade, we might as well take that 100,000 and go to a casino, because not any one of us has an idea where the market is going. These fucking table charts and this and that, you have no idea where it's going. The people who play with crypto and make a lot of money are guys who have hundreds of millions stashed. So if they lose 10 million shillings, it's not much to them. If I had 100,000 bob today and I want to start getting a 10-20% return that's safe, I'd put it in T-bills. I'd put it in maybe stocks, like he was saying, that would probably go somewhere. And those stocks for me would be quantum computing, because that's a very new thing. Quantum computers are going to break AI.
With NVIDIA.
So even on NVIDIA, other NVIDIA is supplying the chips, but other companies who are making quantum computers specifically.
Yeah.
Power is a big shortage globally. So nuclear fission companies. I would find...
I have a story for that. But continue.
Yeah, so no, that's just my... Crypto is very risky. But if you're buying, you can buy Bitcoin, that 100,000 bob, you buy Bitcoin and forget about it. Don't trade. You hold. Right? Maybe then the prediction is it goes to a million bob a coin. So that's 10x your money. Whether it's now or in 10 years later, but you don't trade with it. Because when you trade with it, that's gambling. With stocks as well.
So when you mentioned the power company,
Yeah.
I have a very, very, very sweet story.
Tell me.
I bought shares in a company called Iris long time ago, and I forgot them. Probably at $23 a share. And I am not an active trader, so I'm a long-term guy. And then I chanced on my portfolio. I was having a conversation about something totally different. I remember it very well. I was contemplating whether to go to electric vehicle expo at the Formula One grounds in our city. And I told the guy, I am invested in a company that deals with energy. Iris. And so I say, let me look. And I look at my portfolio and I cannot find Iris. But there is a company here I don't recognize that has so much money in it. I don't know who. I'm like, has my account been hacked in a good way? It turns out Iris changed their name to Iran. And that thing shot to the roof. And I'm like, now I just remembered it when you said about a power generating company. I think it's from Australia, that Iran company. So those are the companies to invest in. Now, your original question was whether I would advise you to invest 100K in crypto.
Yeah.
You know the Maslow's triangle of needs?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Hierarchy of needs, yes.
I can't remember.
It's physiological, yeah.
It's sat on the bottom, the basic human needs.
Yeah.
Yes. Stay on the bottom. Stay on the bottom of the pyramid. At your age, at your experience level, stay at the bottom of the Maslow's need. And I'll tell you why. Because that is security, that is food, that is clothing. Right?
Yeah.
That is the movement of people, transportation, which is what saved our company during the lockdown. The company that survived is the one that was doing the basic transportation.
Yeah.
When everything else shut down. Because it's on the bottom of the basic of the human needs. At the bottom of the Maslow's pyramid of needs.
So those businesses will never die.
Yes. Okay? So, deal with food, deal with transportation, deal with security, deal with clothing. Things that people will always need. Do not involve yourself in a game where there are winners and losers. Because chances are, at your experience level, you're going to be the loser.
I love that. Because 100,000
Add
bob,
value.
Yeah.
Provide service. Solve people's problems. At the very basic level. That is what the border guys are doing. They are solving a very basic problem at the very bottom of a Maslow's pyramid of needs.
Because 100,000 bob is not much to play with. So you would rather play it in a place where you're guaranteed returns. The margins will be less, but your security is there. And so that base, and I love the way you structured it, is, yeah, people need to eat, people get sick, people need transport. Right? Those industries.
Why is Gikoba still surviving? Selling second-hand clothes?
Those people need to wear clothes.
Clothing stores in prestigious malls are closing every month. Because that is not the basic need. Those are wants. But the need for clothing is in Gikoba.
Miska.
But they said, if you want to make serious money, explore the men's health, reproductive health sector.
Reproductive health sector.
Like, hey, you don't perform it well, I have this product that does this.
But that's also a luxury to some people, right?
Yeah.
Because if you cannot sell that product to a villager in Managua and convince them that they need it, then chances are it's because they want it, not need it.
And that's a very good point. You see, IQs from states. Purchasing power in states for niche products is there. Purchasing power for niche products in Kenya is not there. How many people do you know have a $77,000 watch?
It's a luxury for a very choice
it's a
few.
Very choice few.
And it should not even feature, you should not even be exposed to my life. It's going to make you second guess your path of life.
I mean, even
unless I sit with you and tell you, how old were you? How old are you right now? 26. When I was 26, I had just had a first child. Still making 2,500 shillings.
What?
With a woman who is 10 times more experienced than I am in real life, because I did not have the information. So at 26, if I had to go back, I would shield. Well, the only thing I cannot take back is the child I made out of it. Is the best thing that has ever happened to me. But everything else is lopsided. Build yourself first. Get the information, get the experience, get the skill set. Yeah. Be marketable. so that you can compete in equal measure with a 19-year-old woman because they came with value.
I like that, and it's also a good way to close out this episode. But that just to ring to that true, like even in the supermarket downstairs we went to, like the Monster. How many people do you know buy Monster? Maybe CoffeePump viewers. How many people buy Unga? Everyone.
I mean, you have never heard demonstration about Monster, but you have heard people wearing sufurias demonstrating that maisha ni ngumu, hatuwezi nunua unga. Play in that area of basic needs at the very bottom of the pyramid of the Maslow's needs.
So maybe a question on that, staying on the bottom of the pyramid, would you say like the need for beauty by ladies? Because that's something also that have been popping out lately. There are these businesses, bleaching businesses, maybe beauty, and all those shops are opening up all over the places because ladies want to get more prettier, I would say, because that's what they hold as their value. So they want to like scale it up better. So if you venture into such kind of a business,
it's luxury as well.
We women do better in that business because women do not look good for men. Women look good for other women.
Clip that.
Women look good for other women in the competition for the validation of the man. So that business is best taken care of by women who understand the psychology of the competition in the woman's world, not a man. When you see a man there, it's a gay guy braiding a woman's hair because he has the women energy with them. But the person who understands that world is a fellow woman because they know they do this for each other. That's why women give other women bad haircuts in a salon to curtail them psychologically from the competition for the validation of the man. That world is best kept and run by women.
Are we good on time?
Yeah, 5 minutes. You have your comment.
IQ, thank you so much for coming. This
You're
says
welcome.
I think we've been going on for like 2 hours, yeah?
It's 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is probably our longest episode. But I want you both to promise IQ will get this out before Friday.
Before Friday.
Hakuna Christmas holidays.
This is the only podcast I have.
You are the one who is going to tell everybody else that I'm in Kenya.
By the way, we're not in Dallas, Texas.
I have piles of videos.
No, but I think
And I have not posted them.
No. So this one, when I post it, I'll say we did IQ Watson came to Kenya for CoffeePump specifically. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
This has been. I'm very surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised. More, there's just a lot more you have to offer, and I think given another opportunity and we go with a different topic, I think we can just go. There's a lot of lessons learned, I think, for 3 of us. The fact that we're asking questions over here.
Sir.
So I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
Inshallah, in a few years, you and I will be wearing the same watch.
My next one is the day date. Do you know the day date?
Yes.
The president.
Yes.
That's the one I want.
So
That's now my dream watch.
if you're getting rid of one and you have a payment plan, Ama maybe YouTube gets to a point where we're earning good money. I tell you, IQ, we go Rolex shopping when I come to Dallas. But thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Guys.
Very, very, very curious, inquisitive young guys.
Yes.
The future is bright. Yeah, just be hungry for information.
You've had it here.
Because the problem is your generation thinks they know better than their parents. That's why they don't seek information. And you are also inundated in an environment where information is in your fingertips.
Correct.
So you become dormant to be activated into finding out something. Like when we were talking about how old is Oxford, you should have been proactively looking it up. But it's not in you until we ask you to do it. Because your generation has always been around information. Do you know what is an encyclopedia?
Yeah.
Late 1990s, white people created volumes of books this long to store information. They called it an encyclopedia. That's how valuable information is. Now it's here. and we take it for granted.
ChatGPT.
Information, bro. All right?
Guys, thank you. This has been Coffee Pump. IQ, you're going to come back for a lot more,
Yes.
whether it's online or in person, but I appreciate you coming.
If you bring some 21-year-olds, I will show up.
What to fika 100,000 subscribers? Tutakuwa na women bottle service. Guys, cheers. We'll catch you in the next one.